Solid Waste Management Act that provides a systematic, comprehensive, and ecological waste management program to ensure the protection of public health and environment. It mandates the Bureau to provide Secretariat support to the National Solid Waste Management Commission in the implementation of the solid waste management plans and prescribe policies to achieve the objectives of the National Ecology Center that is in charge of the information, dissemination, consultation, education, and training of various local government units on ecological waste management. The Ecological Solid Waste Management Program is expected to assist local government units or LGUs in implementing RA 9003 or the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act, particularly in the development of a 10-year plan, closure and rehabilitation of dump sites, establishment of materials recovery facilities, and environmental sound disposal system. The assurance of the guidelines and provision for the technical support in the establishment of the operation of waste-to-energy facilities will enhance the sustainability of the disposal system for municipal residual waste to all provinces and highly urbanized areas. The significant contribution of the project is expected to enhance the economic development of the country through formalizing the waste collection and recycling and promotion of job opportunities. It also helps the economy to reduce reliance on imported oils and increase. So let's start. Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000 that states the policies and the penalties for the certain prohibited acts that can harm the environment. It prescribes the solid waste management as a discipline associated with the control of generation, storage, collection, transfer, and transport and processing of disposal solid waste. The Act provides a comprehensive ecological solid waste management program by creating the necessary institution, mechanism, and incentive appropriating funds, declaring certain acts prohibited, and providing penalties. The Act provides a comprehensive ecological solid waste management program for creating a necessary institutional mechanism and incentives appropriating funds, declaring certain acts prohibited, and providing penalties. Republic Act 9003 was passed on December 20, 2000 and approved in January 26, 2001 by the Office of the President. Waste characterization and segregation. The solid waste generation within the area of jurisdiction shall be characterized by initial source of waste reduction and recycling element of the local waste management plan. A separate contender is required to the type of waste for any site collection properly marked as compostable, non-recycled, or special waste. Waste segregation shall primarily be conducted at the source including household, commercial, industrial, and agricultural source. Source reduction. This refers to the methods by which the LGU or the local government unit can reduce a sufficient amount of solid waste disposed within 5 years. Government units are expected to divert 25% of all the solid waste from the waste disposal facilities through reuse, recycle, and composting activities. That rate of the waste diversion is set to increase every 3 years. Collection and transport of solid waste. The geographic subdivision are taken into account in coverage of the solid waste collection area in every barangay, ensuring 100% collection efficiency within 24 hours from all sources. The plan shall define the identity, specific strategies and activities, taking into account the availability and provisions of properly designed containers in selected collection points, while awaiting collection and transfers, segregation, and different types of waste. The Integrated Waste Management System. First is collection and handling. It includes preparation of development plan, door-to-door collection, improvement of ongoing C&T, operation planning. The next is transportation and logistics, renovation, recertification, and improvement of existing facilities, architectural and structural design for transfer stations. Third, processing and resourcing and project management consultancy, composting facilities, anaerobic digestion or biogas plants, refuse-derived fuel production system, fuel oil or plastics, PET bottle recycling units, design of sanitary landfills, renovation, recertification, and improvement of existing facilities. This is how garbage will be treated. First, waste will be collected from the doorstep in two containers, organic and inorganic. The waste will temporarily stored in separate underground dust bins in the societies. 4. It will be transported to the waste treatment plant, organic and inorganic waste separately and compressed. The waste will be taken to the mobile solid waste management units in separate containers. 5th, the organic waste will be converted into treatment compost and the plant will rest to the waste. Also, B will be converted set up into biogas at the site. Recycling Program. The Department of Trade and Industries or the DTI, in coordination with certain agencies, is directed to publish an inventory of the existing market for recyclable materials, product standards of recyclable and recyclable materials, and proposals to stimulate the demand of the production of recyclable materials and products. A coding system for the eco-labeling is expected from DTI. Non-environmental acceptable products shall be allowed within 1 year after public notice as alternative available to consumers, but at a cost not exceeding to 10% of the product's disposable product. MRF, Material Recovery Facility. LGUs or local government units are mandated to establish material recovery facility in each barangay or clusters of barangay designed to receive, sort, process, and store compostable and recyclable materials efficiently. Composting. The Department of Agriculture shall publish an inventory of existing market and demands for compost that is updated annually. This compost, intended for commercial distribution, shall conform the standard set of DA for organic fertilizers. Local Government Solid Waste Management. National Solid Waste Management Commission or NSWMC mandated to publish guidelines for identification of areas with common waste management problems and appropriate units for clustering solid waste management services. National Solid Waste Management Commission. This is to reinforce provisions of the Local Government Code for all provinces, municipalities, and barangays to consolidate or coordinate efforts, services, and resources to establish common waste management treatment and disposal facilities. The government sector shall be represented by the heads of the following agencies in the ex officio capacity: Department of Environment and Natural Resources, DENR, Department of Interior and Local Government, DILG, Department of Science and Technology, DOST, Department of Public Works and Highways, DPWH, Department of Health, DOH, Department of Trade and Industries, DTI, Department of Agriculture, DA, the Metro Manila Development Authority, MMDA, League of Provincial Governors, League of City Mayors, League of Municipal Mayors, Association of Barangay Councils, Technical Education and Skills Development Authority or TESDA, Philippine Information Agency. The private sector shall be represented by the following: a representative from the non-government organization or NGOs, which principal purpose is to promote recycling and protection of air and water quality, a representative from recycling industry, and representative from the manufacturing or packaging industry. Incentives, rewards, monetary or otherwise, shall be provided to the individuals, private organizations, and entitles include non-government organizations that have undertaken outstanding and innovative projects, technologies, processes, provided for the purpose of encouraging LGUs, enterprises, or private entities, including NGOs, to develop or undertake an effective solid waste management, or actively participate in any program geared toward the promotion thereof as provided for this Act. Fiscal incentives. Consistent with the provision of EO 226, otherwise known as Omnibus Investment Code, the following tax incentives shall be granted. Tax and duty on imported capital equipment and vehicles within 10 years upon effectively of the Act. LGUs, enterprises, or private entities shall enjoy tax and duty-free importation and machinery, equipment, vehicles, and spare parts used for collection of solid waste, provided that the importation of such machinery, equipment, vehicles, and spare parts shall comply with the following conditions. Financing solid waste management. Solid Waste Management Fund. There is hereby created as a special account in National Treasury a solid waste management fund to be administered by the Commission. Such fund shall be resourced from the following: fines and penalties imposed, proceeds of permits and licenses issued by the Department under the Act, donations, endowment, grants, and contribution from domestic and foreign sources, and are hereby created as a special account in the National Treasury. A solid waste management fund to be administered by the Commission. Such fund shall be sourced from the following: amount specifically appropriated for the fund under the Annual General Appropriation Act. Number 1. Products, facilities, technologies, and processes to enhance proper solid waste management. Awards and incentives, research programs, information, education, communication, and monitoring activities, technical assistance, capability of building activities. Penal provisions. Prohibited acts. The following are prohibited: littering, throwing, dumping, and waste materials in public places such as roads, sidewalk, canals, esteros, or parks and establishment, or causing or permitting the same. Penalty: fine of 300 to 1,000 pesos or community service 1 to 15 days in LGU where violators was made. Undertake activities or operating, collecting, or transporting equipment in violation of sanitation, operation, and other equipment permits set forth in an establishment of pursuant. Penalty: fine of 300 to 1,000 pesos or imprisonment of 1 to 15 days. Number 3. The open burning of solid waste. Penalty: 300 to 1,000 pesos and imprisonment of 1 to 15 days. Number 4. Causing or permitting the collection of non-segregated or unsorted waste. Penalty: fine of 1,000 to 3,000 pesos, imprisonment of 1 to 15 days. 7. Unauthorized removal of recyclable materials intended for collection by authorized persons. Penalty: fine 1,000 to 3,000 pesos or imprisonment of 15 days, 6 months, or both. Number 8. The mixing of source-separated recyclable material with other solid waste in any vehicle, box, container, or receptacle solid waste collection or disposal. Penalty: 500,000 pesos plus an amount of not less than 5% but not more than 10% of his net annual income previous year. Number 10. Importation of consumer products packaged in non-environmentally acceptable materials. Penalty: 500,000 pesos plus an amount not less than 5% but not more than 10% of the net annual income during previous year. Solid waste management remains a major challenge in the Philippines, especially in the urban areas like Metro Manila. Improper waste disposal, inefficient waste collection, and lack of disposal facilities are among the dominant concerns in the country's solid waste management. Unless these are addressed, the waste generated from various sources will continually lead to health hazards and serious environmental impacts such as ground and surface water contamination, flooding, air pollution, and spread causes of diseases. Although Republic Act 9003, otherwise known as Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000, enacted on January 26, 2001, aims to address the growing problem on solid waste in the country. It provides a legal framework for the country's systematic, comprehensive, and ecological solid waste management program that shall ensure the protection of the public health and the environment. It also provides a necessary institutional mechanism with the creation of the National Solid Waste Management Commission, which shall oversee the implementation of solid waste management plans and prescribed policies as well as the incentives to achieve projects of the Act. Solid waste generation sources and compositions. Waste generation. The Philippines' waste generation continues to rise in the increase of population, improvement of living standards, rapid economic growth, and industrialization, especially in the urban areas. The NCWMC calculated that there are 37,427.46 tons per day in 2012. The country's waste generation has steadily increased to the 40,087.45 tons in 2016, with the estimated average per capita waste generation of 0.40 kilograms per day for both urban and rural. The National Capital Region (NCR) are expected generated the biggest volume of waste for the past 5 years due to its population size, bigger number of establishment, and modernized lifestyle, with the estimated population of 12 million people in metropolitan Manila generated 9,212.92 tons per day of waste in 2016. In its tons per day, 11.08% on the Region 3 with a 3,890.12 tons per day, 9.70%. Waste sources. Solid waste are generated from residential, commercial, industrial, and institutional sources. Residential waste accounts for more than half, 57% of the total solid waste. Kitchen scraps, yard waste, paper and cardboards, glass bottles, and etc. Waste from commercial sources, which include commercial establishment and public-private markets, accounts for 27% of waste. But the government offices, educational, and medical institutions accounts for more than 12%, while the remaining 4% is waste coming from industrial and manufacturing sectors. Waste disposal, open dumping, remains the general practice of waste disposal in the country, as controlled dump sites and sanitary landfills are very limited. RA 9003 requires LGU to close their existing open dump sites by year 2006 and to establish controlled disposal facilities, or SLF. As of 2016, there are still 403 open dump sites and 108 controlled dump sites in operation. It will increase to 48 in 2010 to 118 in 2016. LGUs will access the landfills remains below 15%. It is interesting to take note that DNR is now a portion of establishment of the cluster sanitary landfills, or commonly sanitary landfills, in the country. Overcoming challenges. More than 15 years after the passage of RA 9003, enforcement and compliance with the law remains a daunting task due to the technical, political, and financial limitations of concerned agency, and the majority of LGUs have yet to comply with the provisions of the RA 9003. Administrative Order No. 50-1998. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or the DENR, prescribes guidelines for identifying and establishing sanitary landfills such that, among others, A. The site should not be located in existing and proposed residential, commercial, or urban development areas and areas with archaeological, cultural, and historical importance. B. The site shall not be located in or up-gradient or shallow unconfined aquifers for drinking water supply. C. The site should not be located near the airport. D. The site should not be located in soft and settling oils. As of last year, 2020, however, the DNR National Solid Waste Waste Management Commission disclosed that total of 384 open dump sites still operate nationwide except in Metro Manila. Meanwhile, according to the Global Alliance for Incinerators Alternative Coordinator Ramon Lopez, LGUs continue to operate landfills within environmentally critical areas such as Payatas Landfill in Quezon City, which is less than a kilometer away from the Metro Manila's water source La Mesa Dam. In fact, Presidential Decree No. 825, PD No. 825, enjoins all citizens and residents of the Philippines, educational institutions, and commercial and industrial establishments to clean their own surroundings, as well as the canals, roads, or streets in their immediate premises. Meanwhile, owners of the idle lots of Metro Manila shall keep them clean to protect to becoming breeding places of mosquitoes, flies, mice, rats, or other scavengers that can produce diseases. Remember, one of the major problems we encounter until now is the human and cultural behavior as Filipinos. We can't clean the environment alone. We should start from ourselves to being clean. We need the community participation, especially the barangay officials, and the barangay alone can help the waste management system. We need their full cooperation and support. That's all, thank you. Always remember to reduce, reuse, recycle to save our environment.